You do not have a second chance to make a great first impression. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to develop your own unique selling proposition so that you can attract the right audience and you can build your personal brand to attract the right kind of customers. Okay, in this video, I'm going to be actually jumping into a mind map where I'm going to share with you some of the concepts on how to develop your unique selling proposition, and I'm going to give you 9 personal branding tips, which is more to do with the digital branding. Now, I just want to make it very clear that I'm not a typical branding expert or a branding guru, but I've been able to attract an audience of over 300,000 people into my funnels and paying customers of over 15,000 of them because of attracting them with a particular flavor and persona of what exactly I do online. Okay, so I would like you to take notes and understand that this game of digital branding and personal branding, many people have different opinions and different ways about looking at it, but I'm going to share with you what works for me and what has actually helped me attract the right kind of audience. Okay, so take notes, let's get started and let's dive straight in. Thank you so much. Now, before I get started, I want you to just hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you're watching this on YouTube or even on Facebook, and just type in the comment box branding. Type the word branding in the comment box, because branding is not as simple as just a logo or some colors and stuff like that. There are many subtle elements that actually connect together. And first, let me explain to you some of the concepts of what is branding according to me. Okay, there are many views about this, but let's get started. So the first concept that I want to share is that branding is nothing but it is an emotion. If you can see my screen, you can see that, right? Branding is all about conveying an emotion. A lot of us, we connect to the brand because of the emotion that we have connected with that particular brand. For example, if you are an Apple user, you love to use Apple products because of the emotional connection that you have with the company and with the message of probably Steve Jobs and even the look and feel factor of all the different products that they launch. And Apple is one of the cash-rich companies in the world today because they've been able to communicate that effectively in every single thing that they do, and all the different 9 elements which I'm going to be coming and sharing with you later. Okay, so branding is not just about a logo or having a color and stuff like that. Branding is an emotion that has to be conveyed through your persona, and that can also connect to your business also. The second concept that I want to mention is whatever I said first. You do not have a second chance to make a great first impression. In fact, when people just come and land on your website or when they watch your video, they'll instantly get attracted by the messaging that you have and by the feel that they get. Okay, the visual look and feel and the fonts that you use and the colors that you use and also the message. Because the message will only come out of the emotion that is there inside you. It's not as simple as just cut, copying and pasting from other places. People can feel your energy. Okay, so you do not have a second chance to make a great first impression. The third concept that I want to share is your brand is your energy. Like your energy, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you are whatever you want to convey, that is representing through your brand. Like whatever you do online, especially in the digital space, people are looking at it, and that is a representation of you. Your digital assets are an extension of you. In other words, every single video that you put out there, every single podcast that you put out there, your website, your social media handles, all of that represents you. So your energy and your persona will be reflected in that. Okay, now having said that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into this mind map, and I'm going to break it down into the 9 different elements of branding. And again, this is based on my perspective of the game because I've been able to attract a lot of students and a lot of leads into my community who are able to connect with me and resonate with me on a much more deeper level. Okay, so please take notes. The first aspect of branding is your brand name. Okay, now ideally when you're launching yourself online, it's good to go with a personal brand. You can see Siddharth Rajsekar down here, right? So when I launched my business for the first time, I launched it with Siddharth Rajsekar with my name brand, because if you look at it, all the big influencers today, all the biggest brands today are individuals. They are not companies. Okay, now they may be having companies at the back of their name, but it is the personal brand that is very, very that's what actually people connect with. Okay, people connect with people. Okay, so the previous generation were all the the HP, the Dells, the Apples, the Nikes, and all those other brands. Okay, and but if you actually look at it today, if you see, most of the top brands are the individual brands, the personal brands, and the masses are connected to individuals. And the individuals, for example, like Gary Vee, he may have multiple brands, multiple companies behind him, but he is the one who is driving it. Okay, the persona or the person is driving the brand. Okay, so the first aspect is the brand name is start with your personal brand name, and then later on, as you're building, you can have multiple sub brand names. For example, my community is called the Internet Lifestyle Hub. As you can see over here, I think on this side, you can see the logo over there. So the Internet Lifestyle Hub it's a brand that I've created. It's a community brand. So as you're building your influence, you can start to build a community brand. The first phase is the personal brand name and then the community brand name. The second aspect is you need to have a really cool name logo. Okay, I'll just fold this up. So a name logo, like how I have this logo here, you can see here. I've just done a full rebranding exercise of my own website, and I'll give you a demonstration of that, and I'll tell you the reason why I did that. Because when you are launching your brand, especially if it's a name logo like this, you don't have to have like an icon and stuff like that. See, for my community brand name, there's an icon, but for my name logo, I just need a name and I just need a really cool font. That's it. Okay. In fact, there's a website that I want to recommend to all of you here. There's a website called photologo.co, and you can actually go and get some really cool designs, name logos and name signature logos done on this particular website. Okay, you can use it for your signature file, or it can just even be on your website and so on. This is the second aspect of the brand. Second element. The third element are your product boxes. Okay, and let me give you a demonstration of this. So if you can see here, I have my folder of my different levels of products because I'm selling digital products. And if I go into my different membership levels, for example, if I open silver membership, I have different box images that look like this. So if you can see my screen, there's a box image, my freedom business model, my niche clarity blueprints, freedom budget blueprint, curriculum design blueprint, freedom coach blueprint, affiliate income blueprint. So all of these are my really well-designed box images that I use for my different kind of promotions. So you can represent your product or your services in the form of 3D visual boxes or even thumbnails that can make it even more attractive for the person to actually buy. Even though it is just a digital product, but I'm still showing them a 3D representation of it, and that's a part of the branding process. Okay. Now the fourth element of branding when you're launching yourself is your photo shoot. Now, if you see, when I launched my business initially, I had just some basic photographs that I got done here in India, and I just got it done in some regular studio. But then later on, I went and invested in a good photo shoot where I took a lot of photographs and visuals that represented what I was actually selling. For example, you can see on my screen, I got a proper photo shoot done in Miami where I got photo shoots done like this. Okay, with me speaking on the phone, looking into the camera like this, like my signature shot that I use on my website. Okay. And I got a lot of these photo shoots done that I use on my different profile pics. I use it on my images. I use it on my product boxes and so on. Okay. Now, this is one style of photo shoot that I got in Miami, Florida. The other photo shoot that I got done is much later. Let me show you that. This one I got done recently in Dubai, and near the Burj Khalifa, me on the phone, and then I got a whole bunch of I got an entire library of this. Okay. So coming back to the point over here is when you get a good photo shoot that represents your style, you can use that across all the different media. And even now I've standardized my entire branding to one particular photograph which I use, which is what you're seeing in the mind map. I'll just zoom out the mind map and I'll just show you. Like this particular photograph is like my thumbnail pic right now that I'm using across all the different media that is there. So standardize the photo shoot, and that's also one of the important branding elements. The fifth branding element is you need to have a branded website. Okay. Now let me show you my branded website so that you understand what that is. Now, if you see here, this is my website, siddharthrajsekar.com, and you can see it's one of the most simplistic websites that anyone would actually come across. If you see, I've just used the same profile pic, Siddharth Rajsekar. My name logo is on the top, my profile pic, and my messaging is very clear. I'm here to create a new leadership for the new world by creating a new breed of teachers. Okay. So I've given a little bit about myself and how many people I've helped. And then there's a clear call to action button where I'm collecting leads. Okay. When you scroll down, there are very simple elements: my tribe, my book, my YouTube connection, podcast, PDF guides, and resources. So everything is in one page and there's nothing else. A very stripped down, bare bones, minimal, highly functional website. Most people like to have so many pages in the websites. Today, I've noticed that people don't have time to go through websites. They don't have time to browse through so many different pages. Give them whatever they want in one go. Make it very clear and crisp and concise, and focus on the messaging more than anything else. Okay, you can go and check out my website. So if I have to like break down the elements of my website, there are these elements that are very, very important. Okay, let me now just fold all of these nodes in, and I'll just show you one by one. Okay, the first element of my website is the homepage design is very clean and functional. The second element of a website is clarity in core message. So one of your unique selling propositions is that core message, and most people don't get the core message right. They are either too vague, or they're not really hitting the nail on the head. Okay, so if you look at my website, the core message is like crystal clear, which is I'm here to create a new leadership for the new world, and I want to really build a new breed of digital teachers. Okay, so that message is very clear, and there's a call to action there. I'll come to the other elements. So the third element is the design, look and feel. There's consistency in colors, there's consistency in fonts and in the navigation. Number 4 is there's also brand consistency in terms of the picture that I'm using, the logo, the brand colors, and so on. The fifth point is I have a very strong lead magnet. So anybody comes to my website, the first thing that they see is the orange button where they can register for my next webinar and they can attend that. Number 6 is I have a blog page, and let me quickly show you that blog page right now. So if you can see my screen, this is my blog page where I keep launching different kinds of podcasts and blog articles. And if I go into a particular blog post, for example, I did a blog post on how I completely rebranded my website to Retro Wave from 2022 onwards. And it's very clean and functional. There is a paragraph, I have my podcast, there's another call to action, what's in the podcast, resources, and I got the signature also done by photo logo. Okay. And then I engage with all my, people who are engaging on, who comment below my posts. Okay. So I have a very clean and functional blog page, as well as the blog post formatting is also very, very clear. So the blog page is where I have all the different articles and podcasts. And when you get into a particular post, even that is very clean and clear. So all of this represents my brand. Because as a person, I'm more minimalistic, and I'm very future excited about the future focused. And that is why my branding also represents that same kind of a flavor. Like even now, if you look at Siddharth Rajsekar, the name logo, it's a very futuristic font. And I'm going with this whole retro wave, synth wave style. I've born in the 80s. I love, been hugely influenced by, things like movies like the Matrix, the, Knight Rider, and Street Hawk, and Back to the Future, and all these kind of movies. So that's why even now my studio set and my feel also of me recording all of this stuff, if you go and see my older videos, is different. But now I'm recording everything in a slightly different feel because I wanted to land in terms of the brand positioning that I have. Okay. So blog post formatting. Number 8 is the resources page where I have all the affiliate links for my different tools that I recommend. I have a product page with so many different guides. Let me quickly show you this. So I have a page called the Ultimate Guides, okay, free in-depth resources, and I have many guides. I have around 10 guides, and all are 10,000 word guides on how to become a digital coach, how to make money through webinars, how to have more freedom through automation, how to make more money through affiliate marketing, how to attract more business through podcasts, home studio setup, managing your money, digital funnels, building your brand on YouTube, as well as building a freelance team. Okay, so all of these are covered, and free resources and guides which are a part of my website and the brand positioning, as well as number 10 is the privacy terms, refund policies, and all of the stuff that I share on my website. So all of these are the elements of a branded website. And if you found this valuable, just type super valuable in the comment box, because this is the kind of stuff that normally people don't get into the details to share, but because I'm living and breathing this, I'm just giving you that as a 10-point checklist. If you want to have a clean and functional website, a personal brand website, those are the elements. Okay. Now, branding does not end there. Brand extends into these platforms on your social media handles. So if you go to any of my social media profiles, you'll notice a very similar kind of feel. Let me show you. So if you can see my screen, this is my Siddharth Rajsekar. I'll just move my video here. Siddharth Rajsekar, fan page, which is a verified profile. This is my Twitter handle. Okay, let me just quickly refresh that. Yes, you can see that. This is my LinkedIn profile, has the same profile pic. This is my, YouTube profile, same profile pic. And if I go to my Instagram, Siddharth Rajsekar, even there's also a verified profile. You can see here I'm using the same profile pic and so on. So in other words, I've basically streamlined all of my digital assets and all my social media handles to be having the same feel and flavor, not just in terms of profile pic, but also the message that is there in all the descriptions in the handles. Okay. So that is the social media handles. Number 7 is the PPT files. Let me just show you an example of how my PPT files are designed. So if you can see my screen right now, this is actually my PPT. I'll just zoom out a little bit so that you can see here. There's my PPT and all my slides. They have a very, very similar look and feel. So in my webinar, I talk about the digital coach formula, the evolution of an expert, evolution of business models, evolution of the education system. And these are all my slides. So if you look at the slides and the PPT, it also has a similar look and feel as what you can see here right now. Okay, that's also part of my branding element, which I've actually streamlined. Besides this, number 8 is all my videos. If you look at this particular video also that I'm recording and I've put it up on YouTube, it has a particular feel in terms of the background setting, the logo on this side, my name logo below over here, the globe over there. And if you even see the screen behind on my iMac, it is a globe thing because, the whole messaging is around creating a new leadership for the new world. So all of these are subtle elements that I've incorporated into my physical setting and the digital setting to represent that particular brand, okay, that brand message. So in every video that I post, it also has the same kind of feel, as well as merchandise. Many of you do not know this, but I have my own merchandise store. So if you can see my screen here, I've got my product box images. I got so many different products on my store that people can actually buy, and they are able to connect with my brand, which is the Internet Lifestyle Hub brand. Okay. So coming back to this, these are the 9 elements of branding. And once you have your own unique selling proposition, you can start to connect your brand into all these different media and maintain that consistency, because once people know you for a particular thing and they connect you with a brand, they may not become your customer immediately, but over a period of time, they will start to connect with you and they will buy your products or services based on what you stand for. Okay. So if you found this video useful, just type super useful in the comment box, and I have a few next steps for all of you here who are here in this video till this point. Okay. So the next steps are this. The first step is I would love to meet you live in my next webinar. So for that, please go to sidz.co/live and register yourself, and I would love to meet you there, especially if you're not a part of my community yet. The second place that we can connect is my Facebook group. I have a VIP group on Facebook. If you can go to sidz.co/VIP-group, you can join that VIP group. And we have over 100,000 members in that group, experts, teachers, coaches, trainers, one of the biggest groups in the world for experts. Okay, it's called the Digital Leadership Mastermind, and it's free for everyone. You can join that group, but it's a private group. So when you're entering that group, please answer all the questions. Only then I'll give you only then you'll be allowed inside. And number 3 is I have a Telegram group, which is called the Flash Updates. If you go to sidz.co/flash, you can register over there and you can stay tuned on all my latest updates and podcasts that I actually launch. And besides this, I would also request one more thing. If you go to Spotify and then search for Freedom Business Podcast, you'll be able to find my podcast. Okay, it's called the Freedom Business Podcast, and every week I actually share some amazing insights. And there are many. I have close to 100 episodes right now on very, very in-depth concepts that I share over there, which I normally do not share in other places. Okay, so please go in there, follow me on Spotify, search for me Siddharth Rajsekar, search for Freedom Business Podcast, and you'll be able to actually come to this particular podcast, follow this, so that you can stay in tune with me even in the audio format. Okay. With that being said, I hope you found this video useful. I'm looking forward to sharing more insights like this with you in the future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Wish you all the best.